Hi, how are you? My name is Houston and welcome back to another video. The past couple years have been incredible, like beyond measure for single player games, especially as somebody who has sort of went into the backlog of games that came out a couple years ago or several years ago and has really been finding a lot of enjoyment in those releases. I would say that for the first time since like 2015, I have abstained from Call of Duty for a fair amount of time over this past year. I had a lot of fun with MW3 when it came out, and I think that the only reason I didn't play it as much over this past year is because there were just so many good single player games that released and that I found enjoyable or that kind of pulled me in, that I had the motivation to play a lot more than just multiplayer slop. But the first video I ever made on this channel and the first YouTube videos I ever made back when I was like 15 or 14 or 15 years old, those were Call of Duty. I had a decent time on the beta for Black Ops 6, and honestly, it's on Game Pass, so why not? Here we are, Black Ops 6, the old stomping grounds. Xbox Game Pass. Didn't have to buy the game though. Honestly, I think one of the main reasons I'm actually playing this is because it's on Game Pass. But you know what is really interesting? Podgy. Look, Podgy's playing right now. And oh, he's level 22. So that's pretty crazy because last time I talked to him, he said that he didn't want to play it. Another slop Call of Duty. But I could be wrong. Maybe this isn't him. Maybe it's just somebody masquerading as him. I'm watching you, bro. So in traditional fashion, I'm just going for the camos, right? So I got almost my first gold gun, or really not almost. I feel like these special challenges are going to be really easy. It's just like getting the 100 headshots for the weapons is really the thing that takes the longest. Getting 30 kills shortly after sprinting, easy. Getting a kill without taking any damage, hardcore. 30 kills, easy. God, that looks so good. Treyarch they got some wizards doing their texture work, because like the luminosity of this camo is brilliant. I mean, it is wow. Dark Spine's pretty cool. I think that I would rather have something more similar to Polyatomic, but I feel like this really speaks to Treyarch's design philosophy. They have this sort of like grit and this ruggedness to how they design the models in the game and the textures that they use. And I just think that this sort of like exoskeleton spinal cord is really indicative of that. Obviously, I'm level 21. I've played a little bit of this game already, but the craziest thing to me is that even like a couple days in, there are already people with dark matter. Obviously, they're on their way to getting, the zombie camos and then eventually the Warzone camos. I find it like very strange how so many people complain about Call of Duty and how it gets stale so fast, but then they will rush to be like first in the world to get dark matter or whatever, but they'll rush to get these in-game accomplishments, and then they sit and wonder why it feels like they're not like actually doing anything in the game, because you're already getting the mastery stuff. I don't know, I guess I just try and like focus more on the process rather than the end goal. I mean, I hope that I can get dark matter. We'll see if I end up like hating this game, because I have said many times on this channel that Treyarch games are just really not the games that seem to hook me. And this is like the first match I've had with this bad of packet burst, so I'm leaving. I'm not even going to entertain that. I guess it makes sense from like a content brain standpoint to really just rush to be the very first person to get a camo. But yeah, like I said, I feel like you're taking so much of the joy away. There are so many studies that have been done that tell us when we focus like super hard on that endpoint, we get there and then it just doesn't really matter to us anymore. And I know I come at a lot of this stuff from left field, but I feel like people would get a lot more enjoyment out of these yearly games if they focus more on accomplishment in the game from a long, like a wide perspective. Yami's going crazy in his litter box right now. You know what I love about having a cat? I cleaned the whole apartment. My girlfriend and I did yesterday. Like, I mopped all the floors and everything. And I just finished cleaning the bathroom, you know, litter boxes, everything. And I turn around and Yami walks right in there, and it's like he has a shovel, and he's literally just shoveling his his litter outside of the box. Wow, that's crazy. I'm actually getting packet burst, and I'm on 7 ping. Wow, that recon specialty is kind of crazy. I feel like this XM4 just shoots peas. A noob tube in 2024? Oh my god. Fucking noob tube. I'm gonna lose my mind. Yeah, that packet burst is horrible. Okay, yeah, I'm actually gonna fucking lose it. Oh no, I forgot that I had that. Oh god. Oh god, there's a guy in the corner. Oh no, what the fuck am I doing? Just quality gameplay all around. What is this lobby, dude? Oh god, I forgot that I had a... How does that not kill that guy? Yeah, forgot that I had a launcher again. You know, they really did a fantastic job on the movement in this game. I feel like there are almost infinite possibilities, especially when playing on KBAM. You know, and I say that whole movement thing, and I know that I'm like not even a high-level player. But I can imagine like some of the actual really good KBAM players like Huskers or like Breadman. Like, I feel like they are really going to be able to bridge that gap between controller players with like paddles, for instance, and somebody that's using KBAM. After playing this game, probably only like a couple hours worth, I'm having fun. Some of the maps are kind of weird, like especially the extremely small ones. I've never been crazy about the maps that are overly small, but I do like understand why they make some of them like that. That's peak accuracy right there. That's what I'm fucking talking about, man. Oh, dude. How many times is this guy gonna kill me with the noob tube? I'm gonna... Yep. So my coach told me that he doesn't want me to run for 7 to 10 days, and I'm probably on like day 7 right now, and I'm kind of losing my mind. Like, I've been hitting the gym, like lifting weights and all that, but dude, when you are used to running like every day or every other day, it is so difficult to not run. Oh man, if I had ammo there, yeah, it would have been over for him. The idea is that if I don't run and I just focus on recovery for my hamstring, that I will just build back up. So I have to rebuild my foundation for my house, basically, when it comes to running. If you remember, back in April, I injured my hamstring, or I strained it, and I've kind of been running on a hamstring that's probably at like 80% since April. And obviously that's not that good for things like speed work. But yeah, my coach was like, okay, I need you to stop, because he said that it's great that you're so motivated and you want to keep doing these races and you want to keep exercising and all that, but the hard part is learning how to have a little bit of patience. And that's something that's always been hard for me, because I want to be better. Like, I have the motivation to be better, to do the things, but sometimes the hardest thing to do isn't the thing. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to just wait. I'm feeling really good about running. And then this is maybe a little bit strange, but on the content side of things and creating content around running, I am coming off of like my very first viral video, my video that I put on TikTok of me doing the Dixathon, where I ran to the 5 Dick's Burgers locations and all that. That video went viral. It got like 52,000 views. And I know that that might not be like viral for some people, but anyway, that doesn't matter. For me, it is. Kind of motivates me to obviously upload more, because I want to capitalize off that, or just piggyback off of those views and all those new followers and all that stuff. The trick for me though, and I don't want to like psych myself out with this, is that I obviously want to keep that momentum, but I don't want it to warp my perspective on the sport or creating content or anything like that. Because if there's anything that, I don't think I've played this map before, but yeah, if there's anything that I'm trying to do long term when it comes to the content, is just not fall victim to what I see so many other creators and just people on the internet falling victim to in general. Like, I don't want to end up letting my mood be dictated by videos that I put on the internet. I feel like that would just be a horrible way to live. He just stimmed. I heard him in there. He's juicing, dude. Oh my God, he's like the Liver King. So the current schedule for me is I'm going to start building up, and then in around like March or so, I'm going to run my first official half marathon. My current half marathon record is like 142. So we're really hoping that we can get down into the low 130s. My coach thinks it's possible, and I believe him because I've seen the results. And because, again, I've seen the results, that's one of the reasons why I'm really just trying to listen to everything that he tells me, like, and not try and, I don't know, like, think that I know any better, because I spent a lot of my life just training myself on how to do things, and I've never had an official coach. I've never had somebody that really like knows better than me whose wing I'm under. And obviously I'm paying this guy, so I should probably listen to what he has to say. Depending on how my training goes and what happens with that half marathon, my goal is to race another marathon maybe around July or so, and try and go from a 324 to like a 315 or 310. And then at that point, I'll start training for a marathon around September or October. And that's when I'll go for my sub 3. This kind of goes with what I was just talking about earlier about like having that long view, like setting yourself up so you're not sabotaging yourself, whether it comes to satisfaction or goals like fitness goals, really early on, right? So having that patience and having that understanding that, you know, good things take time, and that's totally okay. Like I said in my last video. And, you know, I'm always curious about like what other people's long-term goals like that are. Not only what those long-term goals are, but like, what are you doing? How are you setting yourself up to really achieve them? I just feel like for a long time, I told myself I was going to do certain things, but then I never really like had a plan on like how I was actually going to do it. And I think that that's one of the main reasons why I wouldn't end up achieving those things. I remember something very specifically. When I was younger, I made music. I used to rap quite a bit, and I made beats. And I remember telling myself, and I actually tweeted it out, I think, by the time I was 21, I would be going on like a West Coast tour. And I think that when I said that, I really believed it. Like, I thought that I was going to do that, but I specifically remember me not actually like putting in nearly enough work to do it. And I think the main reason for that was because I didn't understand like how to do small things, like get the small steps done so it would all compound into something a lot larger. Because every single large thing or complex thing is just a bunch of smaller things or a bunch of simple things added together to create this larger or more complex entity. It's like saying, oh, I'm going to paint, you know, the Sistine Chapel, but I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it. But you're going to do it because, you know, I mean, provided you have an understanding of art and how to paint, but you're going to do it one stroke at a time. How fun was that? That was slightly fun. I'm half tempted to say not fun at all, though. You know what I mean? Nothing great is ever made immediately. Rome wasn't built in a day. Classic saying. We love classic sayings on this channel. Platitudes are awesome. So I just got to like the end of this video and I'm realizing that my camera's off. All right, well, that is unfortunate. It seems like maybe my camera was turned off like that whole entire video. If it was, I apologize. If it sort of flickered on and off, then that's cool too, I guess. Find that long goal, complete it step by step, one paint stroke at a time, one step at a time. Any step forward is still forward, whether it's a shuffle, a walk, a leap, or a bound. I appreciate you listening. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.